Hello everyone and welcome back to Navis Nobilite, and today we are continuing with the ship overviews, and we are going to talk about Zukov's Klaw, assault cruiser. At 210 points, a named and unique terror ship. It is a pretty standard terror ship stat line with cruiser 10, 20 centimeter speed, 45-degree turns, a single shield, 6 up front armor, 5 up side, 4 up rear, and a single turret. It has port and starboard guns at strength D6 at 30 centimeters. It has port and starboard launch bays at strength 2 assault boats with a special rule. Prow guns at 45 centimeters at D6 plus 2, and prow torpedoes, no heavy gun option there, at D6 plus 2 at the front. You have a number of special rules. One, it is of the Goth clan, which means you have to take the Orc clan's fleet list and take Goths. It's the only way you can take this. It has it automatically has the upgrade for being Goth. It gives a +1 leadership modifier when attempting to ram, and additional 1 modifier when during a boarding action. It is upgraded to be an assault carrier with a K, with boarding torpedoes, and may launch 1 additional assault boat during the ordnance phase at any time it launches assault boats normally, even if crippled or braced, but not both. But it may not use any other types of attack craft. It is also equipped with claws as part of its point cost, which does not affect the number of gubbins a warlord can upgrade this vessel with for the appropriate points if used as a warlord's personal flagship. The Zukov's Claw has a tractor field, which means it must be mounted on a large 60mm base. It cannot come to new heading. Now, this is a special assault cruiser that can only be used with the Goths, but boy, is it a frickin' good one. While it isn't anything really to write home about when it comes to firepower, it is really probably the most aggressive case of orkiness in a terror ship that you can imagine. It's really designed to get up close and personal with the enemy, board, ram, dump assault boats into it. Now, this does not mean you can just use it willy-nilly. It only has 1 turret, which means it is vulnerable to bombers, and it has no fighters. So really, this isn't much of a carrier as it is just a thing that carries assault boats into the field and dumps it into the enemy. Now, really, again, all this thing is meant to do is make a beeline for a particular enemy, knock things apart with assault boats, and ideally move in, board, and grapple things with its claws. So the Zukov's Claw is basically one giant one-trick pony. Now, these assault boats make it particularly useful against escort craft, but generally speaking, there's nothing that you don't want to ram this thing headfirst into and cause as much possible damage as you can before you go in for the boarding action. There are a lot of upgrades that will also really benefit this if you want to make this your flagship, like mega armor boarding parties would be great for the assault cruiser. So bear that in mind. Now, it is 210 points. It's a bit more of an expenditure for your fleet, so bear that in mind. It uh, as the point costs go up in the Orc fleet, it takes away from those necessary escort craft that you need to use in order to really give your fleet the edge that it needs to win the battle. All right, that's the Zukov's Claw. I will now move on to the bigger ships.